Someone once said, "Where your treasure goes, there also will be your heart." What kind of world do you want to invest in? Do your investments fund industries that tempt people to harm relationships? What if you could be more intentional with your money? What if your investments built content that enriched others' minds? Jason Huntley, CFP, has been guiding families for 30 plus years to plan, invest, and build for the next generation. Scan the QR code now to make that first step to investing intentionally.
Why should you join the Livingston County Republican Party?
Why, you ask?
Yeah, why?
Why join?
The Republican Party is the party of common sense.
Common sense.
Republicans support the Constitution.
Republicans protect your rights.
We fight to keep your children safe.
We fight to keep boys and men out of girls and women's sports.
We fight to keep boys out of girls' restrooms.
We fight for you.
What does the Republican Party do?
We help Republican candidates get elected.
Why is it important to elect Republicans?
Why is that important?
Why? Tell me, why is that important?
Livingston County is one of the safest counties in Michigan.
Livingston County has one of the lowest crime rates in the state of Michigan.
Livingston County has the lowest tax millage rate of all 83 counties.
Republicans work to balance the budget.
Republican legislators vote against raising your taxes.
Republican elected officials believe in transparency.
Republican clerks run elections with integrity.
Republican trustees protect your rights.
Republicans support our veterans.
Who can join?
If you are conservative, we want you in our party.
All conservatives are welcome at our table.
Join our activities.
Join the fun.
Become a member.
Join us now.
Hi, I'm Deb Drick, Chair of Livingston County Republican Party. Our conservative message has been very well received in Livingston County, and I'm so happy to share with you that people are stepping up right and left to help. The only thing's missing is you. Come join our mission. Come join our fun. Go to livingstonrepublicans.com and click join. You'll be glad you did.
Hello and happy December 9th and welcome to the Right Side Podcast. I'm Deb Drick, the Livingston County Republican Chair, and I have a special guest tonight. My guest tonight is the brand new co-chair of the Michigan Republican Party, Mr. Sonny Reddy. So welcome, Sonny. Thank you for taking the ride out here. We appreciate you coming and visiting us and doing a nice meet and greet so soon after you. It took me 5 months to get Chairman Runstad. I'm really thrilled that you didn't make us wait, bite our nails, you know.
Thank you, Debbie.
So we're glad to have you here. So I would love for you to start out by kind of just introducing you. First of all, welcome to red Livingston County. So we love it here. Tell me about your background, where'd you grow up and where you went to school and that sort of thing.
Thank you, Debbie. First of all, thank you for inviting me. It's like I don't feel like it's an interview. I feel like I'm talking to a friend.
All right.
Okay.
We're good there.
So let me start out. I've been living in Michigan for 35 years now.
Okay.
1990 is the year I landed in Michigan with the 2 suitcases in my hand with lots of dreams. The only thing was missing was winter clothes. I landed in December, so Michigan taught me right away. You're missing something. So
you learned what boots were.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I landed in Wayne State and graduated. Came from a middle class farming family. My both parents were farmers.
Okay.
So I grown up in farm. Pretty much self-sufficient. My parents used to grow pretty much everything.
Okay.
Self-sufficient. So my mom taught me how to work hard, how to help, and how to take care of, how to, don't forget the roots. So with that in mind, I landed in 1990. Within 2 years, I lost my mom. That was
I'm so sorry.
That was very hard for me
Yes.
when I was in school. But you know what? With the help from the Wayne State and great people from Michigan, I was survived. I last 35 years, I built several businesses, and I call Michigan as my home. And that's how I started. And I'm glad to be here.
Okay, all right. And you went to Wayne State. You went to school in Wayne State too?
I did go to Wayne
Okay.
State. I have a master's in chemical engineering from Wayne State. 1994 graduated.
Oh my goodness, a big old nerd.
Right.
Well, good for you. Good for you. I admire. That's a lot of.
Thank you.
That takes a lot of brain power to go there.
Thank you.
To do that. So tell me about like how you got started politically. Then you somewhere between graduating and becoming politically, you probably did other things in there.
I did. One thing. Majority of, including myself, majority of the people who come from India, they're conservatives. My families, every family, we are all conservatives. People don't realize they are conservatives. People, when they come here with you call it as a media or something else, they hear something and they think, okay, you know what, Democratic Party is a democracy.
Right.
Somehow they get confused.
Right. No, I agree.
But as we go along, when they look at their background, when they look at their family values, what they learned, what their parents taught, they're more aligned with the Republican Party, not the Democratic Party.
That's good to know. We need to recruit from India more often.
Everything you look at it.
Yes.
I think we are conservatives.
Okay.
And like everybody, I was thinking, okay, you know what, Democratic Party is the way to go back in maybe 90s. But as we go along, I started realizing, you know what, my values doesn't match with this party anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
There we go. How about now? Everybody okay now? My phone's blowing up here. My phone's blowing up here, so I will just answer that we're back. So, okay, so everybody can hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up or a text or something. My phone's blowing up here. So I think we're all set now.
Loud and clear, sis.
Yep, okay, we're hearing it. All right, good. Loud and clear. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what happens. Every once in a while, a wire just runs out on its own. Anyway, Sonny, just go ahead and tell us, pick up where you were there.
Should I pick up from where I was?
Right where you was. Right where you're. Back up just a little bit.
All right. So, the question was why I want to involve in politics.
Right.
So, whatever I have today is because of Michigan. Michigan gave me everything. Michigan and Wayne State University gave me pretty much everything. So I felt like it's a time to give it back and do something. So that's one of the reasons I said, in fact, actually my daughter herself suggested that, Dad, why don't you start where you started your life? And that's when I decided to run for Wayne State in 2024.
Okay.
So, and after that, as I said again, I want to do something to the party and where my values match with what I want to do. It's a self-satisfaction. I want to do something for the Michigan Republican Party. And that's why I think with the help of Chairman Runstead,
okay.
I know Chairman Runstead for a long time, and he asked me a couple of weeks back, he said, Sonny, can you be my co-chair?
Your co-chair.
I said, you know what? Even without the co-chair, I've been doing a lot of things. I said, why not?
Sure.
And let me help you. So I think with the Chairman Runstead doing great things with myself and Chairman Runstead, I think we can do wonders next year. We want to win. We want to win everything.
Yes, we do.
Top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Michigan is going to be the number one focus for both President Trump and the administration. We want to win.
Well, it's also the way I understand it's going to be the number one focus for the Democrats too.
Democrats
they're
too.
coming at
Target.
us hard.
Exactly.
So we need all of you marching arm in arm there. We need to form a nice big red wall.
Right.
And say out, stay out.
Right. You know what? Traditionally, especially in Metro Detroit, Indians used to be on the Democratic side.
Okay.
With my name being on the ballot last time, we brought it down pretty much. They say it's a 58% from 85 to.
Okay.
So we're going to do better.
Good.
And we're going to have a huge Indian American engagement in September. I'm organizing that one.
Nice.
We will have all the Republican candidates plus the community.
All right.
And the community needs to know who these candidates are. And don't look at just the party. Talk to the candidates, how great these candidates are.
Agreed.
And that's the goal. So
that's good.
Yeah.
So tell me about tell me what your role exactly, like what's expected of you as co-chair. What's your role like?
At least what I understand, I want to unite. We have, infighting.
Yes.
That has to stop. We don't have time. We don't have a time for that.
No.
We don't have a time for that. I mean, we have a very little time. We need to unite. We need to fight to win 2026 elections. If we don't, I think we're going to lose everything.
Oh, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be like it is the last 3 years or the next 8 years.
Democrats are waiting for that opportunity. We should not give an opportunity. We should work hard. We should win every race next year. And I will do within my power whatever needs to be done. I will be everywhere. And also, we need to raise the money. Mm-hmm. And that's one of my main focus. I want to help Chairman Runstead, and we will be raising the funds. We will be everywhere. We don't want to leave any rock untouched, any person. I would like to reach out to each and every person. In fact, actually, I started calling some of the seniors, who were involved before, and I started calling them. I said, I need a help. I want to come and talk to you. And I'm already scheduled some of the meetings next, right after the holidays.
Good.
So that's my goal.
Well, that's terrific. So raising money and helping to unite people. Anything else that is under your purview? I mean, under your role?
reach out to grassroots level.
Okay.
Increase the grassroots level. Okay, and talk to them. Spend the time. Listen to them. And most of the time we don't listen to them. What their concerns
You're right.
are.
You're right.
We need to bring them on. We need to make them partners of what we do.
Agreed.
They need to feel ownership, and that's when I think everyone come on board. I think I want to reach out to each and every person, wherever I could do. If I need to travel anywhere in the state, I don't mind. I told my wife, you know what, next 1 year, just leave me alone. So she
well, you're gonna bring her home
she understands.
some seasoning now.
That's
she has
right.
stuff to do while you're gone.
That's right. She understands. She understands.
Well, it's funny because I teach classes here locally about
Right.
how to get elected. Your township level, your that kind of stuff. We talk about from the start to finish.
Right.
And the very first thing I tell them, I say, okay, rule number 1. If your spouse isn't behind what
Right.
you're doing right now, there's the door.
That's right.
Don't waste
That's
your
right.
time. Don't
That's
waste
right.
your money.
That's
Don't
right.
waste my time.
Exactly.
Go home
Exactly.
and just because it's going to be miserable for everybody and you're going to end up quitting. So if your spouse isn't behind you, so I get that. Yeah, if you're.
It's a family deal.
It's
a family
It
deal.
is.
You're not alone. It's a package. You got to bring.
It is. It is.
everybody.
Well, they're going to have to pick up some of the slack because you're not going to be there as much. So the honey-do list is going
Right,
to get very
right.
short.
Right.
So anyway, well,
my wife Sirisha is pretty good. Actually.
good. She's all behind you on this.
She's
then.
all behind me.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few comments here. Mark Ashley Price. Good greetings for Highland Park, Wayne County. I tease Mark every single week that he's from Wayne County, and I tease him that he's exactly 50% of the Wayne County Republican Party.
Oh.
That guy here. So we love having him here. And he says to you, congratulations, Mr. Co-chair,
Co-chair.
and he is so thrilled that you became the new co-chair.
Thank you,
Look at
Mark.
that.
Thank you,
Two
Mark. I
exclamation
appreciate it.
points on both of them. That says something right there.
Thank you, Mark. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
So we have Greg O'Neill. He's our Conway County. Are we Conway Township? Are you the only Conway Township delegate out there, Greg? I think so. Welcomes you, Sonny, and
Greg, thank you very much, Greg.
yeah. And then Greg's telling me we lost and found the audio. So good. We're good on. We're caught up on our comments now. So. What do you think? Like, what do you bring to the Republican Party, Sonny? What personal skills do you have besides a great sense of humor?
Well, I can raise funds.
Okay.
I can unite the party. I can reach out to the grassroots. I want to use whatever the tactics I used to win the race.
Okay.
Last year.
Okay.
And one of the things, as I said earlier, again, I always feel like, whether I win or lose, I don't want to look back and regret, I should have done this, I should have done this. I want to do everything possible. Rest, leave it up to the God.
Yes.
Okay? But you do your job.
Right.
Then rest, leave it up to God.
Right.
And that's what I believe in God, and then God will help us.
Well, and that would be the philosophy of a farmer. That's for
right.
sure.
Yep.
And hard work. Yeah, it's hard. I believe you. I believe you understand what hard work is. I don't think kids that grow up on a farm spend a lot of time on TV or Xboxes.
I did everything. I grown up in farm. I did everything. So
you did everything, all the work.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All the
my
different
mom
chores?
used to. My dad used to make me do things. So
Well,
I do understand.
You
what
you
hard work
got
is.
a work ethic out of the deal. So it's to our benefit. We appreciate your parents for putting that work ethic into you, because now now the Michigan Republicans get the benefit of their tutelage. So we appreciate that very much.
Thank you. I know what the hard work is, and I built my life. Came here with the 2 suitcases, as I said again.
Wow.
So with lots of dreams, and except the winter clothing. So Michigan taught me right.
Did you reach all your goals, or did you end up pitching a couple and setting some new ones, or did you start off saying I want to do this and this? And
you know what?
What were those
I never
dreams?
thought I'm going to be involved in a politics this serious.
Nobody ever does. Somehow we get here.
Exactly. I didn't choose politics. Politics chose me.
Okay.
So, but you know what? I feel like, wherever the destiny takes me, I want to make sure that I work hard in that direction. And that's what I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and your term follows through the rest of this year,
Rest of this
correct?
year.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. And so, well, it's too soon to find out if you want to do it again because you've had a hot 2 minutes or something that you've done 3 days or
That's
something.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
that's right.
well, we're hoping that you really enjoy and thrive in the role and decide you want to stick around for more. So, we need it. So what caught my ear is when you said you really want to work with the grassroots. I feel the grassroots I think that there's a barrier, just from my perspective,
Right.
there's a barrier between what you would consider the established or what they would consider establishment, which I hate that word.
Right.
It just means you've been around a while.
Right.
With people that have been around a while and the grassroots, I feel like sometimes the establishment feels like they are there to dictate to the grassroots, and the grassroots probably don't like being dictated to so much. I think they're not heard. I think when you said you want to listen to them,
Right.
I think that's going to make a difference because I feel like they should be sought out and said, all right, what do you think? What are your concerns? Now, sometimes grassroots have an unrealistic expectation because they're not deep into the grain and then they get mad because something's not being done, but they don't understand that their expectation was unrealistic in the first place. I was on a podcast yesterday with Russ Jennings over in Jackson, and one of the comments came back was how their Republican legislator in Michigan has not done anything, nothing's changed. And I kind of stepped back and I looked at that comment and I thought, and I spoke and I said, do you understand how it works in Lansing?
Right.
You've got a Democrat governor, a Democrat Senate, and a
right.
Republican, in the House.
Right.
And nothing gets done that way. You have to have agreement on all three sides for something to get done.
Agreed.
And so they don't understand how important majority is. And we talk about, the grassroots sometimes have candidates that they consider their pure candidate. And if that candidate doesn't make the primary, well, they're done.
Right.
And that's the worst thing. That's just terrible. So I really feel like I'm glad that you're going after the grassroots and to really talk to them and listen to them and work alongside Chris. We had Chris Long on. He was here a couple weeks ago, and I will tell you, I don't know that I ever had a podcast where I laughed so hard and so long, but we had a very good time.
Chris, yeah.
He's got a lot of energy, and I told him he's never allowed back here after drinking energy drinks again. I had to take my microphone and put it across the room. He gets excited and he booms. So anyway, but we had a very good time. But a nice pitch with the grassroots are going to be great. And I'll tell you something else. As a chair of a party, what I'm really hoping to see more of, and as a matter of fact, I just had this conversation with your new executive director, is that I would love to see more resources for the county parties. And I don't necessarily mean give us money, although we're not going to turn it down.
Right.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Amongst these county parties, you've got chairs in the different county parties that have some serious skill sets. Some of them really are good with using data. Some of them are really good at, raising volunteers.
Right.
Some of them are really good at PR. Some of them are really good at training candidates. There are lots and lots of skills that we have, and I feel like I'm hoping that between the new executive director and you and the new chair of chairs that's going to be selected tonight. By the way, I'm waiting for a text tell me who it is so I can put it up there. But I'm looking for, I would love to see some sort of mentorship, chair, party to party, county to county, where let's say, you got the Jackson guy that's really good at, raising money. I don't know if he is or not, but you've got him, why are we not meeting with him, or why is he not leading a Zoom call or a workshop or something, or somebody else? We here train candidates like nobody else. And we do a really good job here, and I'm more than willing to work with anybody to help them do that. And, over there in Kalamazoo, they have a phenomenal young Republican group. Would love to see how they did that and, get that. So anyway, we just have so much talent within our parties. I love that connection.
It looks like we have a breaks. Basically, what it is, right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing it. We need to connect both.
Yes,
hands.
yes.
So they also the volunteers to bring their knowledge, their background. There is no way today. We were talking about it last night, Saturday, on a budget meeting, that there are people who wants to contribute, but how do they do it?
Right.
So we need to probably, we need to come up with some system where they can go and sign up.
Yes.
And I can take that volunteer. I think my company can do that. My business.
Sure.
I'm in a technology business, and I can volunteer to do that. I can come up with a system where anybody can go in and sign up and let the party know that this is my background. This is what I can do.
Right.
I think
that would be
that
perfect.
Would be great.
Yeah, to get outside people, and as well as, like I said, your county chairs and your county co-chairs, they've all got a lot of skills that they're willing to share.
Right.
Oh, Joe, thank you, Deb, for the hard work you put in the show. Oh, and you got a hello from Rob Rodriguez Pellizzari and Anna Marie. So, we're, I'm really looking. I know that I've had that conversation with Jessica before, and she's the same way. She believes that nice some peer-to-peer work, or chair to chair, or whatever, where we have, like I said, we could have some easy workshops where, I need to know data. I don't know which one is, but I'm sure some of them are very good with data. I would love to learn how to use data better.
It's a great idea, actually, bringing together the talent from different parts of the state and utilize it, actually. Pass it on to the county, if wherever they're living, connect with the county chairs.
Sure. And we know, if I raise more volunteers, that's more support for our candidates.
That's right.
And it just helps it just helps everybody. So I'm a big believer in mentoring and sharing talent where you have it.
Right.
If somebody else got talent, I want to tap into it, and I'm willing to share mine. So it works, it works out for everybody that way. It's inexpensive, and it's talent we have. We're not utilizing.
We're not utilizing.
Yes.
Sure.
And all it is a conversation. All it takes is a conversation amongst us. So
right.
Hopefully that with we got a new chair of chairs getting elected, and hopefully that person will take a little bit of it. And Jessica, Bearfield is the executive director. I know that's a goal of hers. And if you're in favor of that, I think, poor Jim has had a lot on his shoulders, and I get that, that's not, he's with a big debt. He walked into a big debt and, having to raise a bunch of money. So that is something that I don't think he's got the bandwidth to take care of. So I think having some good solid help on his side, these kind of things will help.
That's why I'm here. I think I want to relieve him on some of the things. I think we definitely, he needs the help, and I'm there to help him.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I know he works real hard.
Yeah.
And we like him out here. And he came out to my podcast. But like I said, it took me 5 months for him to get here. So I was really glad. I called Jessica. Do you think we could get our new vice chair out here? And sure. Yeah. I was excited.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad. So what's your so you've given me, do you have any tangible goals now? You have big goals, Unite and grassroots, and do you have any measurable goals that you got coming, like something more tangible?
Mainly I'm looking at, first of all, I think, Jim is working hard to continue day to day when it comes to financials, and I want to help him right away.
Okay.
If he can relieve from worrying about the finances, he can put his time somewhere else.
Yes.
The valuable time. Chair time is not valuable. It's not it doesn't bring a value. Just looking at every month, okay, do I have money to pay the bills?
Right.
I don't want him to think about it.
Right.
I think that's what my goal. And starting from this month, I'll be with him. I think we that's immediate goal.
Okay.
To take care of the finances.
Boy, that'll help.
Yes. And then later on, every candidate needs a help. I want to see, I'm working on some AI projects.
Okay.
Hopefully next election.
Really?
AI is going to take a big lead on it. I think one of the project is candidate could be anywhere, but he can talk to multiple locations.
Really?
It saves him time, especially if you look at U.S. Senate. Candidates have to travel across the state. Non-partisan judicial candidates. Okay, we need to educate the people. Judicial candidates. It's a lottery system. When they go to look at the ballot, they have no idea who these people are.
Right.
And that's one of the reason I'm doing also Indian American engagement. I'm going to bring all the judicial candidates let them know how, what kind of a background they have it, so that people know this is the person. And honestly speaking, when people go to the ballot box, when they look at, okay, you know what, this name looks like I seen him yard sign. Let me vote for him.
Yep.
That's it. That's
I
all.
know.
And it's too bad out. You know what? These are very important folks. Michigan Supreme Court. We need to bring him. Unfortunately, we lost both of them last year, and also school education board, Michigan education board.
Right.
School boards are important.
They are.
You know what? That's where I think I always tell them, you know what? If we can fix the schools, we don't have to do any job at the university, because university automatically they come under the university.
That's right.
And school boards are very important.
Very important.
Very important. And I was talking to Jim on the other day. He said, you know what? Even the community colleges, we're not looking at it. What's going on?
Right.
We need to look into those things.
We
So
do.
I want to focus on initially for the finances, take care of the party, and try to see if I can, and also we need to have an office. I know we have a small office, but in Lansing, we are talking about it. We need to do something. So everything tied to money.
Okay.
If we can get the money, we can do a lot more things.
Right.
Okay. And that's the number one goal for me.
So, it's funny that you brought up the importance of identifying the judicial candidates. We ran into something last year that I think we're going to need to know or resolve before this issue comes up again. And I'll tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We were creating our voter card.
Right.
Okay. We had all our candidates on the voter card.
Right.
We were told you cannot put federal candidates on your county voter card unless you do some sort of finance something or other, some kind that you could get in trouble, and they could get in trouble because you're using county money for federal or something. So we elected to leave them off because we still did knocking doors for them. We still did that sort of stuff, but we didn't put them on our card. And I know I caught some hell for that, but I wasn't going to put the candidates in a financially or get a campaign finance thing because we did that to them or we did to ourselves. So we elected to just continue to work for them. I've come to find out there's been several county parties that had the same situation. They left them off the card because they didn't want to get them in trouble and they didn't want to get themselves in trouble. So I don't know. I doubt you have the answer off the hand, or maybe you do. But what would really be great is if some sort of, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a Zoom call, whether it's an email that says when you do your mailings with your statewide candidates, particularly judicial and statewide school board, stuff like that, how do you do this that you don't get in trouble and they don't get in trouble? Is there a filing you have to do? Is there a form you have to fill out? How do you do this? And if we could learn how to do this, we could be I'm sending out the postcard, right?
I agree.
It doesn't cost me anything more to put Fink and the other guy, I can't remember his name. Come on, you know what it is.
Judge
O'Grady. O'Grady. I knew it was Irish. Judge Irish. Judge O'Grady and Andrew Fink. And they would have been fantastic. They would have been phenomenal.
Right.
But, it wouldn't have cost me anything extra to put their names on there, right? But I couldn't. I didn't want to get them in trouble or us. Then we were warned, don't do that. So anybody that could, if the state party could kind of put out some sort of publication or a phone call. Jim does chair calls with us, once a month. If he could say, look, we're going to do a little 15-minute, Zoom call on how to put your federal candidates or on your, just to make sure. I wanted to help them, but I couldn't.
That's a great idea. I think we should do that. That's a great idea. I'll definitely.
Okay. I'll follow up with you to see what we could do. Because that's just something that, like I said, it doesn't cost us any more to add their names, but we, and I didn't do our congressman and I didn't do the president. Well, first of all, they were the Republican, we knew who they were.
Right.
So, I didn't like that they weren't on there, but I don't feel like, but The judicial really bothered me.
I didn't know that too.
Yeah.
I never realized.
Yeah, so I was just told that, it was like you can do it, but you have to jump through this hoop or fill this out or give them this form or something. You have to do some sort of
We need to find
procedure.
out the process.
What's that
basically,
process?
procedure.
Yes, to keep it so we can all do it. And I think that's going to help everybody.
100%,
So somewhere along the line, Jim has got access to somebody that has the answer to that question. So if they could just give a quick, here's how you do it. You go get this form, you get it from here, or better yet, email us the stinking form and say, here, file this here, just step-by-step instructions, and we'll all do it. I know we will. So that'll help everybody.
Definitely. I think I'll work on that.
Okay, great. That's good to know. Well, I appreciate you following up on that.
No problem.
I think it's gonna, like I said, it'll help everybody because we did not know. And I told my crew at the time, we had a very short window of time. We didn't have time to look into it. We had to get it to the printer. So we just, the election committee just said, look, we can't do anything. We'll pass out, we knock doors, we put we knock doors for them. We put their literature, everything. We put up signs for them, but we didn't have it on our mailer. And I never liked that, but I did promise everybody next time I will have the answer to this. So if you could help out with that, that'd be awesome.
Love to do that.
Good. Well, then we're already starting off. See, you're already starting off being really super effective to the chairs.
These are the things. Some of them probably not everybody aware of it. I think we should bring it. I'm glad you discussed that one, and I want to work on it.
Good. Yeah. No, I like I said, I think your county chairs we're on the ground. We're down there. We're in with the candidates. We're in with the voters. We're in with the, our ears are always, my phone blows up all the time about everything, and still waiting on that vote. So, my, everything, we run into the day-to-day problems, and we run into we see the day-to-day needs. So we don't see it. I mean, Jim sees things from a 10,000 mile view, which is good. You need to have that thought, but sometimes listening to the people that are in the thick of it, this is what we need help with. This is how we could be more efficient. This is how we can be more effective. I will tell you another. As long as we're giving you things that'll help us.
Right.
Let me give you another one. You know what else we could do? We could use help with speakers. And by that, I mean big speakers.
Right.
So I'm talking, I spoke to some people today, we won't name, but I said, I want to have a Lincoln Day and I need a big speaker. I've got the #1 congressional fight in America.
That's right.
Tom Barrett.
That's right.
Right here.
Tom
He's
Barrett.
right here. He's our guy. We love him.
Oh,
I love him too. We're gonna lay in
I
front
love
of a train to keep him, to stop this. But
you have with me.
But we need money to do that. In order to do that, we need to be able to have events. And I begged for help with a good speaker. And I said, I could go do my little dinner like I normally do and end up with 15 or 20,000, and I could help my local candidates. But in order to really get money to be able to do mailings, to be able to do billboards, that sort of things that we do, that we want to do for our big candidates, we need money, and the way to do that. And I begged somebody get me Senator Kennedy.
Right.
And the question came back to me as well, what 3 senators would you like? And my would be okay. And I said, Kennedy, and Kennedy. We don't have a Republican senator. And so we don't know what one looks like. So we want one here.
Right.
We want to adopt him as our step senator until we get Mike
from
Rogers.
Michigan. That's
yes.
right. That's
We'll adopt him. He'll be Michigan's surrogate senator until we get one.
Right.
But I would kill to have him here. But the point is, if some of these big, if we got Senator Kennedy and somebody else got vice president, and somebody else got Elon, it would bring people to the Republican Party. It'll get them all fired up. They can endorse their candidates and their statewide candidates and their judges and everything else that they need. But we need this. We need that resource. I don't have any resources in Washington other than my the people that I know, so I have to rely on them. But we would love some help from the state party to say, okay, all right, Republican National Party, can you get us some people here? I know Livingston County, we get people there and they get endorsed. And anyway, it just helps us get money. It helps us have the showcase the candidates. And the other thing is it helps activate people.
Right.
And that's probably a benefit that is the least talked about, but the most valuable. Because
Right.
if I got Senator Kennedy here, I would have to build an extra petition or another partition just to put more people in. I could sell that out in a minute. I would use the biggest facility I could find here, and we would sell that out like right away. And but that money then could go into these, like I said, the Barrett races and to help out the Senate race and things like that. So
right.
So Jason Mickelberg says Merry Christmas, Livingston. Do you know Jason? I don't know Jason. Jason, where are you from? Let us know. You're new here, so I'm glad that you came and welcome. My name is Deb, and thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Tell us about you. Where you from? Oh, Jason says congrats, Sonny.
Thank you, Jason.
So love when new people join us. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that our party chairs could use.
Right.
Is that kind of help to bring in awareness But that you get somebody, like I said, let's just say, I don't know, Senator Kennedy. Let's say I get him at a dinner,
right.
and I get people that wouldn't even normally be involved, and then he gets them fired up, and now they're knocking doors, and they're donating, and they're helping, and they're making phone calls and that kind of thing. Jason from Kalamazoo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jason.
Yeah. So anyway, that's another thing that we could use help with here.
Tom is very important race.
He is.
I agree with you. I think we all need to work. We need to make sure that the Tom goes back to Congress this time.
Yes. Yes. So still waiting for that.
I'm
text.
actually planning to do some door knocking when he does
good.
Yeah, some of the areas.
Good.
West of Novi.
Okay.
Areas,
okay.
There's
All
a
right.
lot of Indian community.
Well, he's right here in our neighborhood, so you can come here and we have we also have we have a Dem seat. When we did the redistricting,
okay,
they split up Livingston County. Oh, it was awful, gerrymandered, awful. We had for 100 years. We had 2 state reps. One on the east side, one on the west side. That was basically it. They kind of curved around a little on the north and around the south, but basically that was it. Suddenly, we've got this section, this pie, kind of center section. You got like this now, but you have pie section that goes into Washtenaw County, and then a little into Jackson County, just a little township in there. Anyway, so it was done. So of course we've got a Democrat there, and we have a candidate that ran last time. It was his first time he ever ran. He kind of got in at the last minute, and he did a reasonable showing, a respectable showing, but he didn't win. But he started pretty much a month after the elections were done. He was right back at it.
Oh, wow.
And I've seen videos on him. He's got one of those, what are they called? Segways. You know what I mean by a Segway? The little thing you stand on and it wheels.
Yeah,
He's got one of those. He does door to door in the neighborhood. The Segway.
Amazing.
It's fun. So,
amazing.
But he's he's got all this personality and energy and everything else. Anyway, so I see him in the videos on his Segway, and he just there he goes. So
amazing.
It is. So anyway, but so that's another one so we knock doors for him, we knock doors for Tom, we knock doors, and of course when we're doing that, we got Mike's stuff in our bags, or we knock doors for Mike and we also give them a bag with Brian and Tom's in it. So, we're doing what we can.
You did the colleges too. You did mine too, actually, last year.
Okay.
Last election, we dropped off flyers. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Well, and we're gonna be asking everybody all over the place to come here and knock for Tom.
Mike Bello is the only person right now in Michigan State. We need to get 2 more this time. Wayne State, 2 more. UFM, 2 more.
Okay.
All Dems are going for re-election.
Okay. Well, don't you have 2? There's 2 openings at U of M, right? And you've got 2 Republican candidates. I thought.
Right now we do.
Okay, so you're okay there.
Yeah.
How many candidates? How many openings at Michigan State?
Michigan 2.
2 openings. How many candidates you got?
Oh, only one. The what's her name? She lost last time and she's running again.
Linda Lee.
Not the Linda Lee. No.
Tanya Schumacher. I don't remember when she ran.
No. She's from Novi. She's running again. We need one more Michigan State.
Okay.
And then Wayne State, so far nobody announced. I mean, it's still open.
Okay.
I think I can help. If anybody wants to run, I can help.
I would imagine you could.
I can help.
Okay. So 2 for Wayne State, 1 for Michigan State. Michigan has their 2 candidates.
Yep.
So we also need 2 for school board, state school board.
School board.
Yes, Michigan school. Yeah.
Michigan Education.
Yes, Michigan
need
Board of
candidates.
Education. Yes.
Board of Education. We need 2 candidates.
And I had Tom McMillan on Tom comes on every time we have an education question.
Yeah.
Out he comes. And Lena Jason. Lena is one of the 2 Michigan candidates. So she's on there.
Lena is running.
They're
right.
set. Yes.
Right.
She was on the podcast a few weeks ago.
Mike also. Mike.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she said his name. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, but Tom McMillan was here from the Board of Ed, and he's great. He comes on anytime we have questions. So he told us that if we can find 2 state Board of Ed candidates and run them, we tie.
Right.
That'll split the thing. No more craziness.
No more
You guys
craziness.
tired of craziness in the schools?
Right.
That's how we do it.
Right.
And then the next year we do 2 more because they do 8-year terms. So
That's
they
right.
rotate 2
That's right.
every time. So every other year. So yes, so we can split it now, stop the craziness
Right.
for the first time ever. And then 2 more after that. And we can undo all this crud. Right. So
That's
that
right.
they've done. So I guess that's our official call out. 2 for Wayne State, 2 boards, 1 for Michigan State.
1 for Michigan State.
2 for State Board of Ed.
Right.
Anybody else? Do we have anything else out there that we do?
These are the only 3 main universities.
And we don't have any judicial candidates coming up, do
We
we?
don't. We don't have any candidates so far.
Oh, do we have any openings next year?
I think two. I believe
Judicial 2?
Judicial 2. I think. I'm not sure.
Is it every 2 years that they have them? Okay. Well, yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Right.
So that's another thing. Is Fink and O'Grady interested in running again?
O'Grady, last time I asked him, he didn't show interest.
Okay.
I don't know Fink. I didn't talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's one of the smartest guys. I worked in the legislature
Right.
when he was there, and I remember watching him and his bills and things, and he's very, very intelligent.
Right. I saw him at the Capitol last time. So yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's unfortunate, but like I said, I think that, with a little bit of help from the party on how the counties can get involved legally and not get them in hot water. Okay. Okay. We got some. We got a list of Tyler strikes again with our information. So next year.
All the ones with the check are
The check are what?
Are the elections that are up, all the green checks.
So apparently we have state Supreme Court. Let's see. We have intermediate appellate court. Let's see. State Supreme Court elections. Michigan, let's see. You've got too fast of a phone here for me. Tyler's got all the updated stuff. Mine's dinosaurish. Michigan next. Let's see what we got here. The term, let's see. The 2 seats are up. Okay, the term of 2 Michigan Supreme Court justices will expire January 1st, 27. The 2 seats are up for nonpartisan election next year. So it's Megan Kavanaugh and Noah Hood. Do we know them? What do you know about Megan Kavanaugh and Noah Hood? Do you know anything? Okay. All right. So there are 2 seats. There are 2 seats up next year for the. Hold on. The state Supreme Court, and then we have an intermediate appellate court. We're going to see what that is. Let me find Michigan on this technical phone here. Okay. And we have Michigan 1st District Court of Appeals. We have, looks like 3, and Michigan's 2nd District Court of Appeals, we have 2. So it looks like we have 5 there. So we could have some, here, Tyler, thank you. We could have some judicial candidates going up next year. So this would be good to know. And like I said, and let's get this nonsense out of the way where we don't know how we don't know what to legally do to get them on our to help them.
Right.
So if we can get that out of the way, then we can go full steam ahead. So those are the two things that you could that I would look for help with. Well, three things really. If you talk about the county chairs, working together, and then learning how to do that legally for the nonpartisan and for the statewide federal candidates.
That's for sure. That's, I think we need to find out. We need to.
Yeah, and then the judicial, helping out on the judicial things. Oh, and helping with speakers, getting us resources with speakers and things, so we could all. I mean, if we all had a different speaker, boy, the money that would flow into Michigan, into the parties, geez, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I think we need to reach out to RNC probably to get their help.
I agreed. And they know that Michigan is, the number one. I know that I went to a RNC training earlier this year. Rob's chairman, Rob Steele had asked me to go, and so I went, and he specifically pointed out that not only that he wanted me there because my district had the number one congressional fight in the county or in the country.
That's true.
So yes, it had to, so I was glad I got to go. I learned a lot. So, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we can do.
So Rob and Hema probably should be able to help us.
Good.
Connecting somebody.
We could use it.
I'll talk to them too.
And other counties can have the vice president and Elon. I just want Senator Kennedy.
Right.
I bought his book. I bought his audiobook. Have you listened to it? That is one of the most interesting books. I've listened to it twice, and I bought it for my son.
Okay.
Senator Kennedy wrote a book. It's called How to Test Negative for Stupid.
Oh, okay. Wow.
and why Washington never will. But it's like the inside scoop on all the Washington stuff. It's very well read, but it's intelligent stuff with his accent and his humor. So it's just wonderful. So I highly recommend it. But anyway. So, all right. Well, is there anything else you want to share with us while you're here? Anything we can do for you? Well, how can we help you? I mean, let's start there.
I need a help. Volunteers for maybe setting up a meetings or fundraisers.
Okay.
Both right now for the party, but eventually for the candidates also. Tom needs a lot of help. I can tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did my part. Tom knows about it. I did my part, but
we appreciate it.
I want to keep doing it. Tom says important. He's a good friend of mine. We campaigned together last year, and he's a great friend of mine, and I want to help Tom. But I think 2026 is the most important year for us.
I agree.
Okay. We need a win-win-win.
Yes.
We need to work hard. I need everybody's help. And whatever I could do, if anybody looking for any help, if I can do something, please let me know. Also, Troy and Farmington. I do own the real estate. If anybody wants to have a meeting, they need a meeting space. Let me know.
Okay. Troy and Farmington?
Troy and Farmington both.
Okay.
Troy, my office, I'm right there. I'm setting up a nice, we do have a pretty good sized conference room, and then outside any events. I'm also setting up an event space only for Republican candidates. Anybody wants to host something, they can use
at the Troy and Farmington locations?
Farmington location. Okay. Farmington, I do have office, any meetings, anything they want to host, let them use it.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, come on over and feel free to use it.
Terrific.
Yeah.
What's a way to reach you? Do you have an email that you can share or a way to reach you?
I do have sunnyreddy, migop@gmail.com.
All right, Sunny, SUNNYREDDY.
MIGOP.
MIGOP. Nope, it's
Sunny,
MIGOP.
Sunnyreddy, MIGOP.
MIGOP @gmail.
@gmail.com.
Okay, if you can help. If you
have any ideas.
Yeah, ideas, or if you can help, or if you want you want to use that meeting space for candidates, or if you are a candidate, or if you know a candidate, then there's how you reach him. And that's terrific. Is there anything else that we can do for you, or anything else you want to talk about?
I'm just learning, getting into it. Probably I might want to come back again on your show. Probably in a month or 2 months. Let me understand.
You
let
can
me
call
try
me tomorrow
to
and
see.
set the date. I'll let you
let,
anytime.
let me try to understand what exactly the party needs. But some of the things at the high level, I know.
Okay.
Number one is the finances, and I'm
Sure.
working on it. But definitely, I want to come back and ask.
Well, good.
Yeah, and then you know what? I want to work on that application where someone can go in and input their information and their skills.
Yes.
So by that way, party can share.
Sure.
I want to work on that one.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. We're looking forward to that in a big way.
Yeah.
Because whether it's outside the party or inside the party, but like I said, even just peer to peer, we're already involved. I already know what it's like to run a party.
Right.
And it's not just helping candidates or helping this. It's you guys can't be successful if we're not successful on the ground.
Right.
We have to be a group of successful counties make a successful state. If you can't have a successful state if your counties are your county chairs or your county parties are tanking.
Right.
So like how can we the parties how can we the county parties really kick up a notch? We had our party does a strategic plan every January. This will be our third. And it was the best thing I ever did was to host this strategic. I'm a trainer for 100 years, so so I used to do strategic planning processes for nonprofits and for other groups, and so I did one for our party in January of 2024, and we had everybody's input. We learned what we wanted to do. We set our whole year. We set the goals for the year, and then we went out and did them, and we exceeded them. We got 80%. We got 80% get out the vote, which was incredible. Sure. That was huge. So we got it. So then last January we had our other one, and we set our new goals, and this is the goals we'll do this year, and this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And our whole year's laid out. I don't have to guess. More communication. We started the podcast. Our podcast has exploded. I started this with our secretary gave me the idea, Angela Yarber, and we started thinking this would be a good communication to get information about our party, and it grew. And you can see I've got people from all over the state that come. We love every one of them. We love when they come, and we love their ideas and their input. So this has really grown into something that started off just a little conversation piece we still do our local stuff, but we have our state. So these are all things that came from our plan. So we're going to be doing that again in January. We're going to do it every January. And I am happy to work with any other chair that wants a strategic plan. We'll do that, and we'll show them how to do it, and all they got to do then is update it all the time. So
That's right.
Anyway, so it's things like that. There's yes, Janine, I agree with you 100%. Where's Janine? Where'd she go? I clicked you and then you left me. There you are. Our parties need to work together.
That's
Yes,
right.
ma'am,
That's right.
we sure do.
That's
We
right.
have a wealth of knowledge, and we're all boots on the ground, so we understand the struggles we all have. So we're in a good position to help one another. So I'm really looking forward to that. Well, Sonny, thank you so much for coming. Again, especially since you're brand new, we got them first. Ha 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 ha! All you other people.
Thank
So
you.
we're gonna get you back here. We'll let you get situated a little bit, and then we'll have you back after the first of the year, maybe February or something. After you've been there a couple months, maybe March.
I can come back and update you.
Okay,
what's happening.
that would be great. I
Yes.
would love to have regular updates
I'd
like that.
love to come back and give you updates.
Wait till you try that seasoning I gave you. You're going to be
Oh,
coming
yeah,
back
I'm
every
gonna do
other
that.
week.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I might have to come back again.
That's right. My wife says I have to be on your show again.
That's right.
You got to keep
That's
her
right.
happy because
That's right.
I don't think the public knows, but I mean, I have my little seasoning business, my Bunny's Fabulous Seasoning, and every guest that comes out here, I hand them a as a thank you for coming out here, I hand them a seasoning packet, and I've had more than one.
Well, you never know. I might call you again tomorrow.
That's
I said,
right.
when can I come back?
That's right. When can I come back? My wife says I'm out of seasoning. I need to come back.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, Curtis, what are you doing? I need to speak with Cindy. Have him message me. What do you think I hired his secretary? If you want to talk to him, yeah, look, let's do this. Ready? Here you go. Here you go, Curtis. There you go. You can email him. I'm
That's
not.
right.
I'm not his secretary. I'm not giving him a message.
Email me, Curtis.
There's your email.
Yeah.
There's your email, Curtis. But he's welcome. He's looking forward to hearing from you, but it won't be this way. It won't be through me. So anyway, besides that, how would I know how to get a hold of you? I don't have your number. So anyway, but we're really looking forward to having you back. I think I enjoyed having you here and meeting you for the first time, and I look forward to doing more work with you and as our roles get more urgent over this next year. So let's link arms. I tell everybody we're linking arms. We're marching east, all of us together. We're looking. We're not going to look. We're not going to budge. We're just big red wall. And we're going to knock over anybody that gets in our way. So thanks a lot. Stick around. I'm going to go to commercial here, and then we're going to come back and have chat with the chair. And I'm waiting for the update on the chair of chairs election. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll give you that as soon as I can, as soon as I come back.
Someone once said, "Where your treasure goes, there also will be your heart." What kind of world do you want to invest in? Do your investments fund industries that tempt people to harm relationships? What if you could be more intentional with your money? What if your investments built content that enriched others' minds? Jason Huntley, CFP, has been guiding families for 30 plus years to plan, invest, and build for the next generation. Scan the QR code now to make that first step to investing intentionally.
Welcome to the right side.
And with me now is the brand new 7th District Chair, District 3, Livingston County Commissioner, Frank Sample. So welcome, Frank.
You're very active in the American Legion.
Correct.
You're very active in the VFW.
This ideology is very damaging to the students who are told if you get this surgery and make do the social transition, the medical transition, then you'll be happy and all your problems will be
Yes,
solved. Learned so much.
I'll bet. That's some institutional knowledge right there.
And we have, as a special guest, as I said earlier, we have Kevin Ranke with us. Welcome, Kevin. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Go Vogue. Thanks, Kelly.
There are
no shortage of them.
We have, but we love meeting new people.
Right, yes.
It's in good shape, so that's good news.
That safeness is not afforded to every citizen. They are special.
There's a difference between men and women. There's a biological difference, and it's time for us to stand up for our girls.
He went through, and he came back with a report said there's no way Detroit can meet its obligations on the tax base.
Yes.
So is this DEI focused just on the high school, or are they talking about all
district, the entire district?
Maybe that's kind of normal. It's really not. There tends to be little fiefdoms with, different police agencies and police versus fire and fire versus EMS and blah, blah, blah. That's not the case here. So Livingston County is very fortunate.
Hey, not too long ago, in many of our lifetimes, Detroit was the 3rd largest city in America.
Oh, yeah.
3.2 million citizens.
It's been a great experience. I mean, I have no regrets about moving here.
There's an old saying that the road will get you elected, the jail will get you unelected. So, to give you an idea.
You have to have a reason to change for change to be enacted. Bridge, or did you do it? Wait, just a moment. right back. Be right there. Trying to download something. Don't tell me I got out of this. Oh, there I am. Just a minute. Just trying to bring up an image here. I got a little bit of a announcement for. Let's go to downloads here. This is where it's at, right? We got some news. We got some news, Sonny. As soon as I find it here, I can find it.
It was under pictures and then podcast.
It was under podcast pictures. Okay, there we go. All right, we had the vote for the. Oh my God, where is it?
It's there, but it's not there.
I know. I don't know what happened if it didn't get saved. See, it's right there. You can see it. We're trying to bring up a picture because I have a picture for you of the new chair of chairs.
Oh, okay.
But it's. Hang on just a second.
Bunny's
here.
Fabulous Seasoning is a fantastic new blend of herbs and vegetables made in Livingston County. Add a tablespoon to homemade breads, soups, stews, meat, poultry, vegetables, casseroles, sauces, and more. To order, email Bunny's Fabulous Seasoning at gmail.com or message the Bunny's Fabulous Seasoning Facebook page. It's time to divorce you or marry me chicken and take advantage of free delivery in and around Livingston County. Bunny's Fabulous Seasoning, the only seasoning you need.
Okay, now I think I can do it. Let's see. We have what's called the new Chair of Chairs. Podcast picks. We had a vote, the chair's vote, and I had Vice Chairman Bill Reiber as my proxy because I was here having a blast with Sonny. And so we had the Chair of Chairs vote tonight, and the unanimous was, drumroll, Ms. Kelly Sackett from Kalamazoo is now the Chair of Chairs. Congratulations, Kelly. We're glad to have you. You know, she and I have had more than one conversation about exactly what we were talking about earlier, Sonny. So looking forward to having our, discussions and seeing how we can work together to improve all our resources. Once again, Kelly Sackett, Chair of the Kalamazoo GOP, is now the Chair of the Chairman, Chairwoman of the chair. So congratulations, Kelly. Looking forward to working for you. So, okay. So right now we are at the position of, thanks, Sonny. We're at the position of chat with the chair. And that can be about just about anything. Obviously we don't woohoo Kalamazoo. See, look at that, Jason. You tuned in for the first time on the right night, didn't you? So this is the opportunity. Anybody have any thoughts they want to talk about? Any concerns? Any questions? Any ideas? We are always looking for ideas for the podcast. We're always looking for ideas for our party to do. We're coming into next year, where in January we'll have our next, as I was explaining to Sonny, our next strategic plan, where we'll make our plans for the year. So when somebody says, in June or July, well, you should have done this, or I don't know why you didn't do this. Well, here's an idea. Come to the strategic plan and give us those ideas, because that's where that stuff. We don't make things up on the fly as we go. We plan these things out ahead of time. So give us your ideas, share your ideas. What do you think we should do? What do you think the podcast should do? Is there information out there? You heard us talk with our new co-chair for the state party. We talked about, I know, the things that the party could use, all that collaboration and stuff. Jason's got a question here. Can you explain what the Chair of Chair does? Well, it's a mostly keeps us in. They're like the liaison from the party to the chair the county chairs. So it's really tough for Jim to Chairman Runstead to have to reach out to us every single month or to update on stuff, because we were having monthly calls updating us on stuff. We could use more communication and more information and more resources as to what's happening and where we need to be. And I think that the chair of chairs kind of is that liaison between the party and is also a liaison between each other. Our parties, need to work together. And as I was talking earlier, I had this exact same conversation with Kelly a few days ago, in which I expressed to her a desire to partner with different counties to help us, learn from each other. Some of us do things really, really well, and some of us do things not so well, or we're just not that experienced. We all have our tool bag, right? And we all have certain tools in that tool bag. And so, having somebody that's really that, I don't have this tool, but Kelly does, or Vance does, or Rusty does, or somebody else, another one of these chairs do. Russ and Jackson, what do you have that can help us? So the chair kind of facilitates that communication between the chairs of the county, because the state does a lot of things for the statewide candidates and raises a lot of money and gets a lot of stuff out, but the state party doesn't do anything for the local township trustees or the clerks or the supervisors or the city council or the school boards. That's not why they're there. They're there to handle the statewide candidates. So, and for the federal candidates and the congressional things. Now, we also work on congressional stuff, and I think to some degree they may or may not help state representatives, but again, that falls up more on us. But they don't go to the level of supervisors or trustees or whatever. And when I say that, I don't want it to say like it's a lower level. It's just not a statewide. That's not what the state does. That's what the locals do. The local county chairs do. To me, I'm not saying that's more important, but that's more where my passion lies. I mean, I will work my butt off for our congressmen and our state reps, and Mike Rogers, or our state senator. I will work on that as well. But I also want to make sure I have a real passion for making sure that our school board members, that our township trustees, that our township supervisors, that our township clerks, they're not forgotten or left in the dust. And the state GOP, they don't go to the county or the local level. They take care of the, so that's their, it's kind of like, your city police versus your state police. It's you just have they both have a very important job to do, but one is a different territory. I think that's a good analogy. So it's just a territorial thing. So I feel like I just don't want our locals, because yes, our U.S. Senate and our state Senate and our state reps and our U.S. Congress, they're vital. They're having the right person there, as we've seen, is important. But it's also important to have the right people in our school boards, and it's also important to have the right people in our townships and in our county, as our commissioners. I mean, you've heard, I think, many of the commissioners come on this show and talk about the different the budget, all the great things the Livingston County commissioners are doing. Livingston County is in a wonderful place because we have these great Republican commissioners, very good conservative commissioners. So, I mean, that is not something that the state GOP handles, right? So they don't give that help or that resources. That's where the county GOP comes in. So that's where so Jason, that's a long answer. I hope I answered it. What the chair does is help us develop our strength so we can help those on the ground. Because, yes, a U.S. congressman, the Congress makes a law, or the Senate makes a law, or even the state legislature makes a law. And yes, does it touch us? But our city council makes a bad law, and it's going to hit us faster and harder because it's our local. So it is so important not to forget. I don't want to say it's more important, but it is so important not to forget our local candidates. And that's my passion, is those local candidates, or not. I mean, they're all the candidates are my passion, but my passion is making sure that they are brought to the table as well. And I give them training and time and mentoring. So okay, apparently I answered your question, so I'm glad I did that. So that's what the chair does. What else is new? So let's talk about what happened in Heartland today. Well, it didn't happen today. I found out about it today. Same thing. So today I read an article in WHMI. For those of you who have not heard this, talk about atrocious. Talk about horrible. Heartland Schools apparently, sometime between now and November 21st, fired a teacher. I know, right? Surprise right there. They fired a teacher because the teacher first, it was a preschool teacher, took the preschool students, put them in some sort of turkey kind of costume, and took pictures. Sounds fun, right? Yes, right before Thanksgiving, terrific. Except when she took a picture, they put like a hunter with a gun, kind of behind it, an image behind it, which, okay, that in and of itself wasn't horrible. It was questionable. It was, what on earth is that? You got a bunch of children in turkey costumes with a gun, a guy with a gun behind him. All right, not smart, not good, but not horrible. But wait, there's more. Said preschool teacher then sent a text out of that picture to colleagues saying, which one should I pick off first? Or which ones should I pick off first? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? I was incensed. I was absolutely incensed. What kind of horrid person does that? That's not funny. That's not funny at all. That's disgusting. It's inexcusable. There is no rational comment. And I'm looking at some of the comments underneath of it. It's, oh, teachers have a bad day. Get off their case. There's no bad day that justifies that. There's none. Just none. It's awful. It should not happen. It should not happen. It should not be allowed to happen. It's terrible. I am disgusted. I am appalled. I right away text Heartland School. Yes, exactly. That is exactly it. But like I said, also you see these people. Well, it was just a, hunting. Well, in rural farming, hunting. No, it's not about hunting. It's about the text she sent saying, which one should I pick off first? In a era where where these school shootings are out there, this is not funny. And I wrote to one person, I answered one person online, and I said, how would you like to picture that being your child? Do you think that's funny? There's no world that I can imagine where that would be funny. And so I wrote Glenn Gogolewski, who is a solid conservative, and I bless his heart for sticking it out on the Heartland School Board, as conservative as he is, fighting the liberals over there. I wrote him and said, as far as I'm concerned, it shouldn't just be her that gets fired. Somebody needs to get a hold of her phone, and any of the colleagues that she sent that to, that sent a text back with an LOL or a smile or a laughing emoji, they need to go too. They need to just go. That's inexcusable. There's no excuse for that. Bill Reiber, our vice chair here, Charlie Kirk rehash. I agree that it's like, what kind of world is that funny in? So Curtis here, are we stalling with a chat with the chair? Is who late? Curtis, who are you talking about? There's nobody. We've already had Sonny was already here and gone. He was here when you typed, and I posted this for you. You may email him. He's already gone. That's what you get for tuning in late. Good thing for you that I allow reruns, so you can go to the thing and see what you missed. But no, chat with the chair is just something we do every once in a while. We get a lot of great ideas this way. So, so that's appalling. And I hope that they go further. I hope they look at anybody that responded to that chat with a smiley face or a laughing face or anything. If I would have gotten, just know this, anybody sends me something like that and they think it's funny, it's going to get reported right away. That is awful, just awful. It should not be allowed. And I'm you know what? Applaud to Heartland Schools for terminating that person. They could have let the union bully them into keeping them, and there is no excuse for that. So that's very, very bad. So kudos to Heartland for getting rid of that person. So what else is going on? We all know that the data center application got pulled. It was withdrawn. It wasn't canceled. It was withdrawn. As far as I know, they want to wait until the moratorium period ends. The townships got 6 months to put policies in place as it pertains to data centers, really dig down and put safety measures and things like that up. And then, they may or may not come back and request, depending on these policies. If the policies are so egregious that nobody's gonna, the eye of the needle, no piece of thread's gonna go through, then they're probably not gonna come back and apply. But I mean, I get that I get that how township wants to make it safe and wants to put policies, safeguards in place, but make sure they're reasonable. I mean, because if anybody else wants to go in there, and I don't know that data centers are the best things in the world or the worst things in the world. I know that they're probably not what a lot of people are afraid of. But I do know this, they're a whole lot better than a solar farm. And I would buy a house across from one in a heartbeat before I would want, 3,000 or 4,000 houses on there, which could easily happen. So, anyway, so that happened last night. And from what I understand, it was another late meeting, despite it not being on the agenda. So, all right, there are threats of recalls and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, they withdrew. All right, let it go. So they're gonna take their time and do their moratorium and put safeguards in place. So good for them. So all right, so at least no drama for a while. What else is happening, Tyler? What else is happening in the county?
I don't, nothing personally.
Nothing. Okay. So I'm starting to make some plans that I can't talk about yet, but I'm starting to look into making some plans for some interesting Lincoln Days next year. You heard me ask Sonny to get me Senator Kennedy. By the way, Jason, you had written that you'd read his book twice. I did not read the book. I bought the audiobook, and I'll tell you, I don't care if you've read it. Go get the audiobook, because it's all that wisdom and all that intelligence, and he narrates it himself. So it is absolutely outstanding. I bought it for my son, so I'm anxious to hear what he thinks. He hunts, so he says he'll put it in his ears. He'll be listening to it in his pods, his earbuds, while he's waiting for the big buck to come by. So I'm anxious to see what he thinks, but he really likes them as well. So anyway, what else is going on? Other news. I understand as it pertains to data centers, I don't know for a fact it's true, but it has been opined, or I should say, what's the word when you make an assumption based on the known? Inferred. It has been inferred that President Trump is going to do some executive order stuff as it pertains to AI and data centers. He is adamant that we need to get in line with the AI and we have to have it and not China. And I was talking to somebody this morning, a very, very nice lady this morning, about this. And AI it holds our stuff, right? It holds our stuff. And I know people are afraid of data centers, and I know that they're worried about what they think they're going to do to water or energy or whatever. And, I've gone through that and I've investigated that. I've gone to different states looking into that. I have not found that. But okay, with that aside, let's just say this. It holds all our data. Our country, our way of life includes data. All right. People say, why are all these data centers going up now? Well, let's go back even 10 years. We didn't have the people or the amount of usage by that people online. Okay? I never used DoorDash 10 years ago. I did use Amazon sometimes. I didn't do my banking online 10 or 15 years ago. I mean, well, maybe 15 years is a better way. What didn't you do 15 years ago that you do now? All my bills are now auto paid. Okay. My car payment automatically, anything that I pay for is paid online. My credit card is paid online. It used to be that I had a credit card, Jay paid it, and that was it. Now I have an automatic payment. So I mean, I had an automatic payment before too. My payment elf, as I call Jay. But we now everything's done online. I don't go to the pharmacy anymore. Amazon has a pharmacy. My monthly stuff that I get every month, my omeprazole for heartburn and my my thyroid stuff comes in the mail. I don't do anything, comes in the mail, just shows up at my door. I never did that stuff before. So if you think about all the people now, also we had a generation 10 or 15 years ago that's no longer with us, sad as that is. They're no longer with us. So the generation coming up to replace them are online. Those people weren't. So if you think about all the online usage, all the cloud usage that we have, it gets stored, right, somewhere. And it's not in our phones. That's not where this stuff gets stored, or in our little computer boxes. It goes to the cloud, a lot of that stuff. So we need that stuff gets stored. If we don't have the storage for it, guess who's, according, this is what President Trump says. He says China is more than willing to store our stuff. Now, picture, and this is what President Trump's thinking, and this I wholeheartedly agree, wholeheartedly. Whether data centers you like them or don't like them, that's okay. Understand this. If China gets to the point where they have all our data and they decide they want to screw with us, do you know what a mess they would make of our country? Suddenly, all our credit card stuff is gone or being used elsewhere all at once. What are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? They could just invade us. They could invade us electronically. They would not have to put a soldier on the store or on the soil. That's it. It would just be this big electronic invasion. They could take our data. They could use it. They could clone it. They could do all kinds of stuff with it. And so I get what he's saying. It's much better that we have all the technology here. And yes, I know people, and somebody's going to say, well, we don't care if it's here. We just don't want it at Van Gilder's farm. Well, that's called NIMBY. There's a term for that. It's called NIMBY. And, for those of us, and I said this before, for those of us who've been here more than 50 years, everybody said that about everything that went up on Grand River. I remember when Walmart and Meijer went up. Oh, my God, it was the end of the world. And Kohl's. See, all that stuff, the Tractor Supply, the Meijer, the Kohl's, the Secretary of State, the what's now Hobby Lobby, all that stuff. Guess what that was before it was there? It was cornfield, just like Van Gilder's. And we were told when we moved here, the Grand River Corridor is going to continue to be developed from Detroit all the way to Grand Rapids. And so that's what it is. Even the Howell Township's master plan says, expect the Grand River Township or Grand River Corridor to continue to be developed. So having said all that, the NIMBY aside, I can see where President Trump, and there's going to be some sort of executive order, I am told, that's going to, I don't know if it's going to be like PA 233, which is PA 233 of 24 is where the Democrats voted in, they took away the local right to make it to say no to solar and wind energy. So now a solar farm wants to come to Van Gilder's farm, we'll say, doesn't matter what Howell Township or the Planning Commission says. They go to the Michigan Public Service Commission and apply there. And that is controlled by the governor. So, yes, there's a lawsuit here, but lawsuits tend to drag on forever, and it's a lot of money. And Governor Whitmer is going to hold on to that and have that stalled till she gets out of office. So I'm wondering, here we go, Aaron Curry, would the zoning approval be moved away from Howell Township with the act? Yes, exactly like this. And I don't know. I don't know if it's going to go to, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm hearing that he's going to do it. I have not seen it. So I'm just, laying it out there that it might be rumor at this point. But I know he's talked about it. So he's going to do something. I don't know what that is. I think, yes, Aaron, if you're asking me what I think it's going to be something like, I don't know if he's going to assign a entity that will, maybe Department of Ag or maybe the Department of Labor. I don't know, maybe, but he'll probably put forth liaisons to the state where data centers that want to apply would go and would get approved from the liaison to whatever department. But I think it'll be federal, or it'll be a federal partner liaison that will then, very much like PA 233, will oversee that. So that'll take it right out of Howell Township's hands too. And I mean, that would make it easier on them because they don't have to go through that nightmare. And you know what? All those people that want to scream, they'd have to go scream federally. But I will tell you what, the bad part of that is that if Howell Township, if the data companies do not need Howell Township to approve their stuff, they're a lot less likely to negotiate with the township. And I don't know. I mean, I think that there were a lot of, I don't want to downplay anybody that really doesn't want this data center. I think by and large, most of them are super scared and super concerned. I get it. I get that. And for that, I don't hold that against them. I understand. I think there's a few of them that just feel like they're very, very, this is their moment in the sun and they get to be leaders. And I can just ignore them. But for the people out there that are super concerned and they're afraid for how this is going to affect them. I feel like somebody isn't sharing everything with them, or they're just so afraid they're not listening, or they don't, they're afraid they're being, I think they've been told that they're going to be conned. And, as somebody that's actually gone to Iowa, that's actually gone to Ohio, in Ohio, I swear I saw minimum 60 of these things. They're everywhere there. And the community keeps wanting them more because they get more and more and more money coming in, and they do so much for the community, but they love them there. And, in the middle of 50 of them, I didn't hear any of them. So it is what it is. But I really hope that during this period, the people that are not the people that, like I said, are just using this for their own little platform, but the people that are very, very concerned, genuinely concerned, and not looking for a moment in the sun. I hope that they really dig in and don't get your information from Facebook or from other Facebook people. Go. It isn't that big of a deal. It's a car ride. It's 3-4 hours to New Albany. Drive around. Do what we did. We didn't make appointments with people. We walked into the city and said, hey, we're from Michigan. We want to know about your data centers. Will you talk to us? And we had to wait a while. We had to go have lunch and come back because somebody was in a meeting, but we did. We went lunch, and while we were there, we talked to the waitress, and we talked to the manager, and we talked to people that we saw, and we talked to people in a coffee shop. And then when we went back to the city, we saw a guy applying for a permit. We talked to him, put him on video. So, I mean, do that. That doesn't, you don't have to know anybody to do that. Just ask people, what do you think? But anyway, I think the bad thing about Trump doing this is that it's going to take away that negotiation power, because no more does the company need to negotiate to get in. They just need to get the approval from the Fed. Now, they might want to be a good neighbor and do some sort of negotiating, but I think inevitably, if they're going to get something like that, you'd be better off doing it on your own terms than on somebody else's. But that's just my 2 cents. Either way, and I'll tell you what, people say, well, then why don't you live across the street from one? I would take one in a heartbeat. I talked to several people that lived right across the street from him. I went to one, and I cameraed him and cameraed the data center across the street and went back to him. And he said they're big nothing burgers here. They're just fine. So anyway, so I'm interested to see. I'm going to be watching carefully for President Trump to. What is he going to do about these things? And who is going to be the determinant? That's the big question. Because I hope he doesn't put it back to the states. If he puts it back to the states, we're screwed. But I would imagine he's going to do some sort of liaison. I don't think he's going to start a new department, but I think he's going to assign, like I said, maybe somebody in the Department of Ag, maybe somebody and he's going to have liaisons for different states. And it might be state to state. It might be, 2 for the Midwest, 2 for the East, 2 for the, New England. I don't know. So anyway, so we'll have, and I'll update you as I see this. So anything else going on? Anybody else have any thoughts or questions about what's happening? What else is going on in the community? We're kind of winding down here for Christmas. Next week we have, I get her I get her name wrong all the time, so I just want to make sure I get it, okay? Hold on. It is Genevieve Peters Scott. She's running for U.S. Senate, and she's going to be our guest next week, so come in and check her out. I'm curious I'm probably more curious than anything else as to why someone jumps in after President Trump is endorsed. So that's the question I want answered. So it'd be interesting to hear that. She's a nice lady from what I hear. So let's see. Janine Gogoleski. I was just talking about her awesome husband, Glenn, and this is the awesome wife. Local happenings. So Saturday is the Messiah concert at the Heartland Music Hall. Tickets available at Crow-Main Library, Historic Heartland event. Concert starts at 4. Thank you, Janine. I think you can go online and get those. Anyway, so we have Genevieve next week, and then I put it out there for Bernadette. As people following know, Bernadette Smith, who was the former co-chair that Sunny has now replaced, she dropped out as co-chair in order to also run for U.S. Senate. So I put it out there for her to also join our podcast. So we'll see how that goes. And we've got some meet and greets coming up. January 5th. January 5th. We have a meet and greet for Secretary of State candidate Monica Yatuma and Attorney General candidate Kevin Kiefsky. I'm also looking for a gubernatorial candidate that might want to join on that day. In February, we have another meet and greet. Well, let's see what we did here. We have, looks like we have on February 18th, we have gubernatorial candidate Mike Cox, Anthony Ferlini, Secretary of State candidate, and Doug Lloyd, Attorney General candidate. Then it looks like we have a February 19th Tom Leonard meet and greet. So I'm not sure if that one didn't, I thought that one got moved, but I could be wrong. So we've got some good meet and greets coming up. And I know that our delegate team of Sharon Lalio, Connie Robinson, and Marcia Dix are also putting together different meet and greets. So, there's going to be lots of opportunities. We want to make sure everybody gets a chance to meet our candidates, because that's how you determine it, right? So and I know we have in addition to Sunny being the brand new co-chairman, we have a brand new, I don't know how many people didn't know that our own Jessica Bearfield is now the Michigan GOP executive director. So that is a new role for her, and I think that she is going to rock and roll in that. I think that those are her skills all over the place. She's very organized. She's very structured. She tends to be a perfectionist about things. So I think that, Jim and the whole state's going to benefit from her excellence in work. So she's going to do really well there. And so I'm looking to get her on. I'm hoping next week, if she wants to come on next week, I'd love to have her. We'll have to see. And she can just talk. I just want her to talk about, for those who, our wonderful Wayne County friend here, Mark Ashley Price, and for our new Kalamazoo friend here, Jason. We're, Jessica is our, she's one of ours. She's been our co-chair, or she's been our vice chair here at the party. She's worked on our events. She does a great job. She is now the executive director, but she's one of ours here in our red county of Livingston. So she's going to be doing. So I'm trying to get her here, and she gets to meet people like you, Mark, and you, Jason, and tell us what is the executive. I don't know. What does the executive director do for not Livingston County? I wish I could have an executive director. My days would be shorter. But what does the executive director for the Michigan Republican Party do? I don't know. Well, I mean, I have guesses, but I would like to hear from her perspective. And I'd also like to know what her goals are. Everybody brings something to the table. We all have tools, right? We talked about that tool chest. So, with her tools, what is she going to, what does she want to do with them? What is going to be her contribution to the state, her skills? So that'll be something I'll look forward to. So I'm trying to get her on next week. So we'll see if she can make it. So anything else going on? Anything else? Anybody? Any big news? Congratulations again to Chairman Kelly for winning the chairs. I know Kelly's a hard worker. I got to know I've heard her name for many years. I've not known her, but I was at a training earlier this year for RNC, and I think I shared it earlier that they wanted me there because of Tom Barrett was ours, and he's the big fight. So but she was there, and I got to know her there. So I really liked her, and I think, she'll do a great job. She's very driven. She's very passionate. She's very strong. So I also think I said I was on Russ Jennings' podcast yesterday called, he has a Stick to the Plan. So he has a podcast every Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. Stick to the Plan podcast, and I got to meet Russ. I've talked to Russ on the phone many times, and he's a regular here. But I finally got to meet him, and his son runs it. He and his son do it together, so that was kind of interesting. They have a beautiful facility in a great big building, and they've got this monster training room, this monster event room that I would kill to have. Is huge, and I would love to have it. So they said that they have events in it awesome all the time. So that was terrific. I really enjoyed meeting him and going out and touring his facility. So all right, well, if anybody else got anything else to say or talk about, or you want to hear about, or you want something explained, or you want to explain something, there's the thing. We're going to go to commercial. When I come back, if you got a couple things, we'll talk about it. If not, we're going to sign up. We'll be back in just a minute.
Someone once said, where your treasure goes, there also will be your heart. What kind of world do you want to invest in? Do your investments fund industries that tempt people to harm relationships? What if you could be more intentional with your money? What if your investments built content that enriched others' minds? Jason Huntley, CFP, has been guiding families for 30 plus years to plan, invest, and build for the next generation. Scan the QR code now to make that first step to investing intentionally.
Why should you join the Livingston County Republican Party?
Why, you ask?
Yeah, why?
Why join?
The Republican Party is the party of common sense.
Common sense.
Republicans support the Constitution.
Republicans protect your rights.
We fight to keep your children safe.
We fight to keep boys and men out of girls and women's sports.
We fight to keep boys out of girls' restrooms.
We fight for you.
What does the Republican Party do?
We help Republican candidates get elected.
Why is it important to elect Republicans?
Why is that important?
Why? Tell me, why is that important?
Livingston County is one of the safest counties in Michigan.
Livingston County has one of the lowest crime rates in the state of Michigan.
Livingston County has the lowest tax millage rate of all 83 counties.
Republicans work to balance the budget.
Republican legislators vote against raising your taxes.
Republican elected officials believe in transparency.
Republican clerks run elections with integrity.
Republican trustees protect your rights.
Republicans support our veterans.
Who can join?
If you are conservative, we want you in our party.
All conservatives are welcome at our table.
Join our activities.
Join the fun.
Become a member.
Join us now.
Hi, I'm Deb Drick, Chair of the Livingston County Republican Party. Our conservative message has been very well received in Livingston County, and I'm so happy to share with you that people are stepping up right and left to help. The only thing's missing is you. Come join our mission. Come join our fun. Go to livingstonrepublicans.com and click join. You'll be glad you did.
Okay, we're back, and I don't see any comments up there, so I think we're gonna end up calling it a night. And great talking to you as always. Great listening, and it was great meeting Sonny. I've seen Sonny, I've heard of Sonny, so I'm very, very happy that he came on here and that I got a chance to meet him in person. So that was terrific. So we are going to be back again, like I said, with Genevieve. I don't know who else. I'm hoping it's Jessica, but if not, then we'll get somebody else, and we'll see you again next week. Everybody knows how to reach me. In the meantime, if you need something, chair at LivingstonRepublicans with an S.com, chair at LivingstonRepublicans with an S.com. And if you have any ideas or have anything you want to chat about, I almost forgot. Lordy, that would have been awful. This Thursday oh my God, I'd have been mad. This Thursday at the American Legion in Howell, we're having our Christmas party, our LCRP Christmas party. And that starts at 6. There's no cost. There's no cost, but there's no food either. So we're not providing food. We're not providing it. There will be food. The American Legion has a regular menu that they have very, very good cheeseburgers and fries, but they also have, different specials, and their special this Thursday, Sloppy Joe's. They're going to have a homemade Sloppy Joe dinner, probably fries and, whatever else. So, but they have, reasonable prices, for food. So it starts at about 6. So come on up, have dinner, have, some beverages, whatever it is. 7:00, we have Mr. Stephen Bearden. One of our newer members is bringing his karaoke. He's got quite a setup, let me tell you. So he's going to bring his karaoke. And I know that we Republicans tend to RSVP like 24 hours before. And so I'm up to minimum 40 people. So that's not including, we've also opened it up to the vets, the strategic planning session this year in January. One of the goals that was set, that we partner more with vets this year. So I have been trying to, do things with them. And this is one of them. We're including them. They can have fun with our karaoke. And I know they have a euchre game until 8 downstairs. So I'm sure we're going to have quite a crowd. So it helps if you RSVP. You don't have to. If you can just show up, but it helps if you RSVP and let me know you're coming, so I can make sure there's, enough tables and chairs. And I did send Bobby Bright a text today and said, well, we're up over 40 now. So make sure you buy some extra burger and extra Sloppy Joe stuff, extra buns, so we can have our stuff. But it's going to be fun. Also, we're asking people, you don't have to, but we are asking people, bring a unisex Secret Santa gift, something, wrapped or in a bag or stapled or something. $15 to $20 in that price range. Unisex, so anybody, and then, you'll get a ticket when you put it up on the whatever table we have for those things. You put it on the table, you get a ticket, then, we'll draw your ticket and you go up and pick one, just blind pick one. It's not going to be a big trading game or anything like that. Just pick a present and off you go. So it'll be fun. So we'll definitely be up there. So anyway, on that note, we're looking forward to having you there. We're looking forward to all the fun we're going to have. We're looking forward to the karaoke. We got some good singers. I've heard them before. So we got some good singers coming. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I've got names I don't really ever see or recognize very easily that have RSVP'd. So that thrills me just as much as anything else, that we've got new people. So bring your A game, welcome the new people, make new friends, befriend a vet, buy a dinner and put some money into the American Legion, because they sure as heck do a lot for us, or a lot for the community. So do that. And on that note, Mark Ashley Price, get your butt out here on Thursday and go to the American Legion in Howell and bring a friend, or have a friend bring you, however you want to do it. And you get out here and come at the American Legion on Grand River in Howell, Michigan. And come at 6, starting at 6:00. We'll sing a duet, you and I. All right, we will see you next week. If I don't see you at the Christmas party, I'll see you next week. Thanks for coming.